Guerrero is in close. Strike one. Outside, ball one. You would think that Valenzuela would pitch towards with his foot on the first base side of that rubber, Tony, but he's on the third base side with the left-hand hitter. Didn't mean to swing. It is a fair ball. They got him.
The advantage Valenzuela has will be to right-handed hitters pitching from the third base side, because the screwball will have a better angle at the outside corner against right-handed hitters.
Phil Garner.
Here is Garner. Garner hitting at an even 200. 2 for 10. Poole tried to check his swing. Ball hit his bat. Socia got out of the box in good shape. Guerrero is in close at third once again. Foul ball, strike one.
These two teams' batting averages going into game number 4 are a composite right around 200. Garvey's hitting over 300 and Jose Cruz 300. We'll watch the positioning of Valenzuela's foot on the third base side of the rubber. Bobby Castillo, another one of the pitchers for the Dodgers, helped him tremendously in the Instructional League one year.
1 ball and 1 strike. Tony hears so much about pitchers pushing off the rubber. He doesn't even use it. As we saw in that shot, he stands there, and as he gets set, he's just barely in contact with it. It's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You just saw the pitch that makes Valenzuela. All the hype on his screwball, and it is a good one with a change of speeds, but his ability to spot that fastball. And he can bust a guy inside right now.
Outside corner, first strikeout for Valenzuela, and you saw a good shot of how he sets himself before he delivers as far as his positioning.
Tony Scott.
You may also have seen by those 2 called fastball strikes taken by Garner, the Astros thinking gets him. Look for the screwball and give him the fastball.
And that'll get him his quota of strikeouts. In 1981, he averaged 8.4 strikeouts per 9 innings. There's another one. Here is Tony Scott, hitting at 154, 2 for 13, 1 RBI. He gets his crowd up early. They announced the sellout. We still see some empty seats, but I would imagine that they'll be filled by the time this game is in about the 3rd inning. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3. He's getting a standing ovation from the people behind third. So we go to the bottom half of the 1st inning. Houston nothing. Dodgers coming to bat.
This is radiator rust. It's building up after just 10,000 miles on weak, neglected antifreeze. Now look at a radiator protected with new improved Prestone 2 after the same miles. Quite a difference. Introducing the new silicone silicate formula Prestone to lock out rust and corrosion in all metals. Now it's even stronger for better aluminum protection. New improved Prestone 2. The best seller just got better. No wonder we're #1.
Here's to good friends.
Beautiful. I thought we were just taking a ride in the country.
We are. This is the scenic route.
Boy, I'll say.
Now, hang on, it gets better at the top.
What could be better?
How about the same view with a thick steak and a cold Lowenbrow?
Yeah, better.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
All in favor of missing the next tram down?
Let it be.
Motion carried.
The stage is now set for what may well be the most dramatic season finale in the history of Grand Prix auto racing, as 3 of the world's top drivers battle for racing's most coveted title, the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, live next Saturday on NBC Sports World.
Beautiful California sky. What a setting here in Dodger Stadium as we look at the skyline of Los Angeles. Game 4. Houston with Vern Rule on the mound. And here's the lineup he'll be facing. Davy Lopes leads it off at second base. Kenny Landreau in center field. Batting third, Dusty Baker in left field. Steve Garvey's the first baseman. Monday is in right field. Guerrero at third base. Batting seventh, Socia the catcher. Bill Russell the shortstop, batting eighth, and Valenzuela bats ninth. And Tony, this Vern Rule, 4-6 is his record, but a 2.91 earned run average.
Well, he does not have one outstanding pitch, but he has 4 pitches, all very good. If he has control, he can get over anytime he wants. A good straight change, a sinker ball, a slider, a curve ball. He will go to off-speed stuff many times. And he does pitch a lot better on dirt and grass than an artificial surface because he's primarily a low ball pitcher. The balls do not get through the infield as quickly.
And he doesn't walk many. You'll have to go out and beat him. Here's Davy Lopes, who's been known to jump on that first pitch. I doubt if it'll be a fastball. Hitting at 250 with 3 base hits, 12 times at bat. Curveball, strike one.
Pujols, a little bit of a surprise starter. You might recall it was Ashby who started in game 1 against Valenzuela. Verdon Mayfield left from the right side. The power comes into play more to left field in this ballpark.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Earned Rule, there's his record. 4-6, but a good earned run average. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Joe, that 12-4 record that Rule had last season, and I don't think many people realize this, was the best winning percentage of any Astro starter last year.
Dickie Thon, long throw, Davy Lopes is out. Astros signed Rule as a free agent in 1978 after being released by the Tigers during spring training. Here is Kenny Landreau. Landreau, 3 for 12, 1 run batted in. That's a 250 batting average.
The impressive stat on Rule right there was just 29 bases on balls. You had better hit your way on up this man.
He'll make you work. Averages 1.8 walks per 9 innings. Outside, ball 1. Ball game just underway. Valenzuela worked a perfect 1 inning, top of the first, 2 strikeouts. Pulled foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. And there he is, Fernando. And this whole town caught up in this Fernando mania. After they won the game yesterday, they were lined up, and I took a personal poll and asked people about would they be coming and buy tickets if Fernando wasn't pitching. Some of them said I would buy him, but I wouldn't wait this long if somebody else was pitching. So he has really packed them in. Landreau has hit Rule well, 4 for 7 with a home run, a 571 average. Hard hit. Garner has it. And there are 2 outs.
When Mal Wright talked about Rule knowing how to pitch better than anybody else, that's what he means. You will go back to the bench. Now, 2 balls have been hit hard, but because Vern Rule can put the ball where he wants to, his defense can set up properly in the infield. So the ball's hit hard, but right at the 2 infielders.
Dusty Baker. And there you see it, 3 for 12, 1 RBI, a 250 batting average in this series. He hit a double yesterday. He got it going. Lopes was on at first, sacrificed the second by Landreau, and Baker doubled him in. Then Garvey hit the home run, and the Dodgers had 3 runs on the scoreboard in the first inning. Bill Verdon said to him, watching you, Bill, we can't tell if you're 2 runs behind or 4 ahead. He said, when have I ever been 4 ahead? Curveball. It's a strike. And there's Lasorda in one of his more quiet moments. High. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody on, 2 men out. Vern Rule. What a story. Underwent back surgery for the removal of a disc. Came back. Curveball gets the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Till this point, and it hasn't faced that many Dodger hitters, it appears that Rule is just showing them the fastball and making them hit either the slider, the curveball. He's not yet thrown a straight change.
1-2 pitch. Right side. Cedeno will give it to Rule. He does. And so it's 1-2-3 for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first. We complete 1 inning here. Houston nothing, and the Dodgers nothing.
Look out, world. Look out. Here comes Ford.
Here comes Mustang.
City sidewalk, listen to the street talk.
Don't you know the word that's going round town?
Wow. Definitely downtown.
When you slide behind the wheel, you feel
It's got about the right fit.
put together tight. It's gonna make it anywhere we take it.
Look out, world. Look out. Here comes Ford.
From air dam to spoiler, this is a Mustang with a message. Powered by a 5-liter high-output engine, it says, stand back. The street belongs to GT.
Look out, world. Look out. Look out. Here comes Ford. Here comes new. Here comes now. Here comes Ford.
The Wake Up America Show, Bob Starr saying rise and shine. The Wake Up America Show,
If Bob Starr doesn't get up, nobody gets up. He depends on Coast Deodorant Soap, the eye opener. No other soap refreshes like Coast with its exhilarating scent. No soap has bubblier lather. Coast brings you back to life.
The Wake Up America Show, Bob Starr saying rise and shine, everybody. All you sleepyheads out there, get up, wake up.
Bring yourself back to life with Coast, the eye opener.
Premiering Saturday, October 24th, it's the Nashville Palace for music and comedy. Only the best play the Palace on NBC.
Our pride is showing.
Dodger catcher Mike Scioscia has developed a tremendous rapport with Valenzuela. We asked him what makes Valenzuela so tough to hit.
I believe everybody's familiar with his screwball, and they give a lot of credit to it, his screwball, but he also has 4 other pitches that he'll throw. Change speeds on a screwball along with a fastball, a curveball, and a slider. I think when he spots his fastball, that sets up all his other pitches that he'll throw anytime in a count. So hitters really can't sit on one pitch or sit on one speed of a pitch. They have to realize he does have 5 pitches, and he'll use them all at any time.
Spoken like a true catcher. He'll use them all at any time. And he has, and that's why he has the record he has. Valenzuela, as Cruz takes it inside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Cruz is hitting .308, 4 for 13, 1 RBI, 1 double.
And what Scioscia said, what that means to a hitter, is very simple. You might face Valenzuela 4 times in a ball game and never see the same pitch twice.
2 balls and a strike. Strike is called a good fastball. 6 months and 1 day ago, Valenzuela shut out the Astros, as you heard Tony mention. It was opening day. Just missed outside. They thought they had it.
And Joe, the fact that Scioscia has a knowledge of the Spanish language does not hurt him in his rapport and conferences on the mound with Valenzuela.
Three-two pitch. Well hit left field. Baker near the line had him played perfectly, and there's 1 out. Here's the famous trademark now, Valenzuela, as he seems to look away from the hitter and go one-on-one. There he goes, looking straight up. Give me all the help you can give me.
Joe, you wonder if as a kid in Mexico, Valenzuela did not see Luis Tiant pitch, because Tiant pitched down in the Mexican League and had a little bit of the same mannerisms.
Tiant did all kinds of things. I always believed that I don't care where you sat in the park, there was one time during the delivery he was looking right at you. There's a strike. Cesar Cedeno hitting at 182, 2 for 11. He has 2 stolen bases. Fastball strike two.
They continue to give him the fastball and look for the off-speed stuff. And Scioscia is working that fastball just beautifully on the corners.
Fernando struck out Garner and Scott in the first inning. Cruz hit the ball hard. Here's the two-strike pitch. High hopper. Bill Russell at short has it. 2 outs.
Cedeno on this hopper to Russell, you will see he's running a lot better. Recall last year in postseason play that Cedeno dislocated his ankle. Severe surgery. It really meant that he was moved to first base and out of the outfield, but his speed is beginning to come back almost a year later.
That brings up Art Howe. Dickie Thon, the on-deck batter. The outfield straight away in center field, but look at Rick Monday in right field as they give him right center field. He's kind of guarding the line. There's the gap. Howe can go to right field, but they don't think that he'll go to the gap. It's a strike. Howe's hitting at an even 200, 2 for 10. He has 1 home run. And of course, 1 RBI. Way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Howe said before the ball game, while Valenzuela, I am giving him the fastball. I know I will get at least 1 screwball each time at bat. He said, Fernando also remembers I beat him the ball game off an inside fastball earlier this year.
There's the screwball. It went outside. 2 balls and a strike. Top half of the second inning. No score. Game 4. Turned it over, took something off, changed speeds, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Warren Spahn said pitching is simply keeping the hitter off balance. Valenzuela does that so well. Just fought it off. Lopes has it in time. So it's 3 up, 3 down for Houston in the second. Valenzuela's retired 6 in a row. We go to the bottom of the second. Houston nothing, Dodgers nothing, and it'll be Garvey, Monday, and Guerrero for Los Angeles.
We'll open your eyes to a rainbow. Open your eyes to sound. We'll open your eyes to tomorrow today. Just take a look at RCA. We'll open your eyes to remote possibilities. Open your eyes in hundreds of ways. We'll open your eyes, RCA.
This is Polaroid's new Sun camera, a new system with the fastest color print film made, 600 speed. But it needs one more thing to turn bad light into good pictures.
What's that?
A piece of the sun.
Daddy long legs.
There. A piece of the sun does it.
Turn this bad light into a good picture.
Sure. You use this on every shot. You see, you've never been so sure of an instant picture.
Lovely. Now you just reach up.
Well, don't waste it.
You've never been so sure.
You don't have to be pretty to be in an Ivory soap commercial. Look at the bunch I wrote in about.
We come back here after a fire. We're hot and sweaty, really dirty, and Ivory really gets the dirt off. Without all the heavy perfumes or creams other soaps leave behind.
Ivory's a basic and natural soap that's made to get you clean. Even the smell says clean. We really do use it, and we're really satisfied with it, you know, since it works so well.
And that's clean.
Now you can shower with Ivory's new family size.
The stage is now set for what may well be the most dramatic season finale in the history of Grand Prix auto racing, as 3 of the world's top drivers battle for racing's most coveted title, the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, live next Saturday on NBC Sports World.
From somewhere outside Dodger Stadium, Roger Harbaugh's got some shot. He must be up in a tree somewhere. The lights are on here as Steve Garvey steps in, hits the first pitch. Dickie Thon, his shortstop, has it, and Garvey is out.
4 ground ball outs now for Vern Rule.
Number 60.
And he pitched him inside and low. Dickie Thon played Garvey in the hole. Made him hit it there.
I love that name, Dickie Thon. Sounds like the line from a Cajun song or something. Dickie, Dickie Thon, Dickie Thon. No?
No.
Okay. He came over from the California Angels, and Bill Verdon, very high on that young man. Born in South Bend, Puerto Rico now.
Val Verdon has used 3 different shortstops in 4 ball games. He started with Garcia, played Thon. He started Reynolds. Back to Thon again.
Here's Rick Monday hitting .222, 2 for 9. It's the first pitch deep to left field. Cruz going over, running hard. He's there. Nice running catch.
Joe, this is not the time of day that it is easy to pick a ball up. It's kind of half daylight, half dark. It may get even worse. But that ball gets up there above the lights, as this one did. An exceptional play by Cruz. He has worked so hard defensively because he took a lot of knocks. The lack of light at this point did not fool him at all. Went straight on the beeline, right to the ball, right to the wall.
He was way over in left center, Tony. He covered a lot of ground.
There's a lot of speed in that outfield.
So 2 pitches, 2 outs. Here is Guerrero hitting at 182. 2 for 11 with a double. It's a strike. We are in the bottom of the second. There is no score. Strike 2. Vern Rule moving the ball in and out.
Manny Mota talks about Guerrero. He still feels, and he is still very young, early 20s, Guerrero. He will be one of the best hitters in the game. He is so strong. The only problem Mota says he will have is if he does what he tried to do on the last pitch. Pull the outside pitch. He is strong in the alley.
High, ball 1. And there is Manny Mota. He is coaching at first base. Foul back. Third base coach is Danny Ozark. Pitching coach, as you've heard him talk about him, Ron Paranowski. Sandy Koufax was in the park again today.
Monty Basgill, another one of the coaches who does an excellent job not only teaching middle infielders, but also positioning them.
Art Howe at third base has it. The throw in time. So is 3 up and 3 down. So at the end of 2 innings to score here, it's the Astros nothing, the Dodgers nothing. What would you pay to see that picture? We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Sunday, Fred Flintstone's off and running when he unwittingly enters a marathon. Then, Boomer bites off more than he can chew when confronting a local gang on NBC.
With every step you take, every promise that you make and keep, every barrier you leap, you know you're on your way. Go for it, go for it. What you got to show if you don't try? Why don't you go for it?
Oh, hello. I'm McDonald's passport agent, here to help with your passport to McDonald's $15 million You Deserve a Break Today game. Ooh, it's new. Just match the game piece and you can win prizes like $100,000 or a trip to the Orient. Or $300,000 or the trip of your dreams. Ouch. Or you can take the cash instead.
Play McDonald's You Deserve a Break Today game today.
When it comes to pickup gas mileage, Ford's got the big numbers down the line. The tough 82 Ford FS pickup is here, with the highest estimated MPG ever achieved by a standard-size Ford pickup. In pickups that carry a big 2,500-pound payload, the F-150 has this high estimated MPG that nobody beats. Tough 82 Ford Courier, with estimated MPG no leading import pickup has ever topped. The tough 82 gas-saving Ford pickups. Once again, Ford does a big number on gas costs. America's truck. It's built. Ford Tough.
Susan St. James joins Saturday Night Live later following News 4.
You're looking at the official Houston Astros box. Man on the right, the gentleman, John McMullen, the owner, and to his left, or to his right and our left, Al Rosen, who's the general manager.
He made a couple pretty good moves that really did a facelift on this Astros team for the second half, getting Rodney Scott and Phil Garner. Tony Scott, excuse me.
They were good moves. There's the strike. Dickie Thon, 2 for 5, a 400 batting average. In the game he played, it was his glove that really stood out. Strike 2. John McSherry is behind the plate as we look at Louis Pujols in the on-deck circle. Pulled foul.
Both pitchers thus far able to get the ground ball. Neither is allowed a hit. 8 of the 12 outs have been in the infield. Well, he led the league in a few categories. Strikeouts number 1.
Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Both pitchers have retired 6 men in a row. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Many people wonder how Valenzuela can have the kind of poise he does and presence on the mound at just 20 years of age. At age 12 in Mexico, he played in the toughest semi-pro league as an outfielder first baseman.
This one's popped up in foul territory. Garvey has room. 1 out.
Coming in, number 6, catcher, Luis Pujols.
Luis Pujols is the batter with 1 out. The National League batted only .205 against Valenzuela this season. Pujols 0 for 3 so far in this series. A hard worker.
Deacon Jones has really improved his swing.
He's got him hitting those fungos with just to throw the ball up with the left hand so he can get that front hand, that front arm into the ball. Took something off. He was way out in front. Strike 1. And there's Deacon Jones, Bill Verdon.
A little piece of trivia involved with Deacon Jones. We'll shoot it at you in a while that very few people know.
Foul out of play. Strike 2.
If we were to ask you the question, who is the first black player to be in any part of baseball's Hall of Fame, people would say Satchel Paige, I'm sure, or others. Well, Deacon Jones was American Legion Player of the Year one year, and his name went in the Hall of Fame.
Fernando. Bouncing ball. Guerrero backs up. Long throw. He's got a good arm. 2 outs. 8 men in a row for Valenzuela.
Guerrero started as a third baseman, moved to the outfield. He's played some second base. He has not really been tested thus far in this series. In fact, there have been very few balls hit hard to anybody in this series, except for a few home runs. Pujols way out in front. Guerrero, to prevent getting the in-between hop, backs up, which is not always advisable, but with a slow-moving runner, you can do it.
Here is Vern Rule, pretty good hitter. 6 for 24 this season. Strike. Valenzuela has struck out 2. He's retired 8 in a row. Strike 2. Well, the Phillies tied it up. Milwaukee tied it up. He struck him out. So, it's a 3rd strikeout. 9 men in a row for Valenzuela. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Houston nothing. Dodgers nothing. Coming up, it'll be Socia, Russell, and Valenzuela.
I'll tell you, we never realized golf was such a tough game.
Hey, it's a lot easier hitting a quarterback than a little white ball. So us Linksters drink light beer from Miller.
Not just because light tastes great, but because it's got a 1/3 less calories than a regular beer.
And it's less filling.
And you can't afford to get filled up when you're out there trying to get birdies.
Yeah, those things move awfully fast.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
It's stew time, the chuck wagon's coming. A hearty stew like meal that brings dogs a running. It's chuck wagon dog food made to be like a stew. Its pieces are coated with real meat juices too.
Chuck wagon, hearty beef, chicken, and vegetable flavors coated with real meat juices to give your dog that great taste of stew he loves in every bite.
It's stew time, the chuck wagon's stew. It's bringing dogs a running for that great taste of stew.
Still using Crest?
Always.
Those other toothpaste sound exciting.
Toothpaste talk doesn't excite me. Great checkups. That excites me.
But look...
And this is advanced formula Crest with Floristat. Cavity fighter that made Crest even better than before.
But they all say...
I've heard. But this is the one more dentist families use.
Listen, those other toothpaste...
No toothpaste talk. Great Crest checkups speak for themselves.
Toothpaste talk may not excite you. Great Crest checkups will.
The life of the lonely cameraman, Roger Harbaugh and Rory O'Connor, way out there.
You can see those Cowboys coming over the hill, can't you?
Beautiful shot. Dodger Stadium. There's where they are. That's Roger's shot. Scioscia, 1 for 7, 143 in this series. Rule checking with his first baseman.
He's trying to move Cedeno, I believe. He is moving him deeper. Cedeno refuses to go, and Cedeno said, out, get a ball, I'll get the first. Don't worry about it.
That always bothers me when infielders do that because the pitcher should have the last say. Bunted. Rule can't make it. Will Howe. Yes, he does. Nice play by Art Howe.
A surprise bunt by Scioscia. He has not done that too often this season, but he thought he had Howe back. When he got the ball by Rule, it looked like it was all over, and a very fine play by Art Howe. Here it is again. Howe's diagnosed the play when he saw the top hand slide up Scioscia's back. Off balance, excellent throw.
It's a do-or-die play. You try to make the bare-handed pickup. And they practice that play in spring training as we look at Bill Russell. He's 1 for 9 in this series. It's a 111 average. Third baseman will place about 8 balls halfway between home plate and third base in spring training and come charging in, pick one up and throw it, pick one up and throw it. Curveball, 1 ball, 1 strike on Russell. Valenzuela's the on-deck batter. He should get quite a greeting from this crowd. High fly ball, left field. Cruz, 2 outs, and here comes Fernando. And let's see what happens when they announce him.
34, pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela.
Out of the 11 games he's worked, sellouts.
Well,
pitching with 3 days rest. That's quite a graphic.
He's a Rookie of the Year candidate, a Cy Young Award candidate, and I'm sure he'll get some votes for MVP.
And not a bad hitter. Takes it inside, ball 1. During the year, he went to bat 64 times, had 16 base hits, which averages out to 250. Vern Rule off the mound will take it himself. He does. And Vern Rule retires 9 men in a row. We complete 3 innings. Houston nothing. Dodgers nothing as both pitchers have retired 9 men in a row. We got a dandy going here in Dodger Stadium.
There's nothing we want to watch on TV tonight. But we're still going to watch something great with our RCA video disc player and video discs. Just flip a switch, and on our TV, we see Airplane or The Pink Panther, The Godfather or Grease, Muppets, Monsters, Mickey, MASH, and 100 more. Starting as low as $15, and the player costs less than $500. Put it this way, we're watching a great movie, and you're watching us.
We're building this giant mountain of logs to demonstrate why Ford designs its 4x4s to log high mileage without sacrificing toughness. Now, this log mountain is a rugged challenge for any 4x4, but this tough Ford does it. It's the only American-built 4x4 pickup with independent front suspension to step over bumps independently. When you combine toughness with great gas mileage, you're bound to end up at the top of the heap. America's truck. It's built Ford Tough.
Working seems to go much better. You seem to go much better when you share your day together. Maxwell House and you get that good to the last drop feeling with Maxwell House. Only Maxwell House gives you good to the last drop feeling. Maxwell House.
Sunday's off to a great start with the Flintstones, followed by Here's Boomer. Then, Ponch and John are in hot pursuit of high-speed con men Sunday on NBC.
We've heard about Fernando Mania. I asked his manager, Lasorda, what is a Fernando Valenzuela?
Joe, he's the most relaxed young man I've ever seen in all the years I've been in baseball. You know, I've thought about it many times. You know, I think maybe he's an old Mexican general many, many years ago who was up in heaven. And Mr. O'Malley, who was up there with him, decided that we needed help down here, and he sent this guy down to do a tremendous job for us. He's just an amazing young man, and to see the way he relaxes and has fun in the dugout and the clubhouse with all the guys and can't speak any English. He has a good time with the players and doesn't say one word of English. I'll tell you something, he's just special to all of us.
His manager trying to describe him as we look at the amazing young man. Here is Terry Poole. He tried to check his swing the first time up, tapped in front of the plate, and was an easy out. Socia to Garvey.
That
low, ball one.
That may be the first hitter that Valenzuela has faced, and I do not have an official count that he has not thrown a strike on the first pitch.
It's amazing that he's ball one, and you think about him being behind the hitter. Ball two. Now he's behind him. This I know he hasn't reached. This is the first hitter he's gone 2-0 on.
Neither team with a base hit. A lot of ground balls thrown up by both pitchers, Valenzuela and Rule, to this point.
Straightaway center field. Landreau has the beat on it. Should be an easy out. So there's one away, and let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
Garner, second base.
Nothing. Valenzuela against Vern Rule. Houston against Los Angeles. One out here in the fourth. Garner the batter. Game 4. The Oakland A's, they've won their battle with Kansas City. Milwaukee, the Yankees are tied up. Phillies and Montreal tied up. What a ball game. Vukovich, those Phillies. It's like a repeat of last year, as Dick Enberg mentioned. And the Dodgers are hoping of a repeat of last year, what they did the last 3 days. Garner fouls it off. Remember that battle.
And if there will be a game 5 tomorrow for the National League's Western Division Championship, it'll be another magnificent pitching matchup. Jerry Royce versus Nolan Ryan. 4 o'clock Eastern time. There's Scott on deck.
Popped up in the infield, and Guerrero makes the play. 2 outs.
Joe Valenzuela signed his first professional contract with the Mexican League team at 15 years of age, and too often the people who dig these players out, beat the bushes, the scouts, do not get a whole lot of credit. Brito. Several other teams were interested in him. Some didn't come up with the money.
Here is Tony Scott, strike one. I guarantee you when he signs his next contract, there are going to be enough guys around there. It's going to look like the Declaration of Independence. Everybody's representing Valenzuela now. Scott was out on strikes his first time up. 11 men in a row retired by Valenzuela. Fouled off, strike 2. Both clubs confident. Astros say we just have to win one. Dodgers Steve Howe, he said it's just a one-game series. We have to win it every day. Struck him out. That's the 4th strikeout. He's retired 12 men in a row. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Houston nothing. Dodgers nothing.
Johnson's Baby Shampoo presents Bucky Dent and Bill Russell.
My hair's a mess after every game.
Same here.
So I have to shampoo every day.
Yeah, but shampooing that much worries me.
Then don't use anything harsh. Use Johnson's. It's gentle enough to use every day. Johnson's doesn't dry out your hair. Leaves it clean, thick, and healthy looking.
Would Johnson's do that for me?
No tears, no runs, no errors.
Johnson's Baby Shampoo.
It's gentle enough to use every day.
From Johnson & Johnson.
We're building this giant mountain of logs to demonstrate why Ford designs its 4x4s to log high mileage without sacrificing toughness. Now, this log mountain is a rugged challenge for any 4x4, but this tough Ford does it. It's the only American-built 4x4 pickup with independent front suspension to step over bumps independently. When you combine toughness with great gas mileage, you're bound to end up at the top of the heap. America's truck. It's built Ford Tough.
Hey, chocolate lovers, what do you think? Which bar gives you more of what you buy chocolate for? Three Musketeers. Look, 2 flat bars don't measure up to 1 Three Musketeers.
This is great.
Because under the rich chocolate is a center whipped up and up. The more it's whipped, the bigger it gets.
Great.
Taste for yourselves, chocolate lovers.
All right.
Three Musketeers gives you lots more of what you buy chocolate for. Three Musketeers.
We'll join Brian Gumbel tomorrow, NFL 81. All the highlights, the scores, the late-breaking news from all the games. Then you'll have some regional action and some pretty good ones. Browns against the Steelers, Raiders against the Chiefs in Kansas City. So check your local listings for the game and time in your area. That's tomorrow, NFL 81, and definitely the Phillies-Montreal Expo game, and possibly this one. Popped up near the stand. Cedeno giving chase. It's out of play. Phillies and Montreal are tied 2 games apiece, so they'll be playing game number 5. And depending on the outcome of this one, and right now it's 0-0. Valenzuela's retired 12. Rule is retired 9 in a row.
Rule has gotten 7 of his 9 outs and ground balls. Little pine tar rag. Davey Lopes, he may have hurt that hand, Joe, with that swing. That's what he's going back. He's trying to give that hand a little rest. Right wrist. Injured it earlier this year, re-injured it when he dove back into the bag in the Astrodome.
There's Joe Beckwith. Next to Valenzuela, the crowd hooping it up, except for the lady in the middle, who's an Astros fan. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In a ball game like this, I guess if it stays this close late in the ball game, if one or the other team has an advantage, you might say it's the Dodgers because they have a few more hitters who can hit the ball into the ballpark. But till this point, Rule has given them absolutely nothing they can get in the air and hit with authority.
Bouncing ball. Garner at second base. Tricky hop. He gets a nice play by Phil Garner. That was not an easy play.
This is a very hard infield. They did water it down for several hours, and even at that, the ball almost bounded over the head of Garner, but he kept his eye on the ball right into his glove. Bill Verdon talks about Garner as the man who has solidified his infield, and he says, if we do have a leader on the field, he's my man, the first I've had since I've been here as a manager. He's talking about Garner.
1 out in the 4th. 10 men in a row, retired by Vern Rule. Here's Kenny Landreau. He bounced out to Garner his first time up. Garner once again. Another ground ball. 2 up and 2 down. Both these pitchers in command at this point.
9 of 11 Dodger outs. Ground balls. Pitching has been so dominant in his mini championship series in both leagues. A lot of people theorize why. I think the best I've heard came from Don Leppert. Astros coach, he said, you know, the pitchers had those 2 months off during the strike. Pitchers are coming in now with 150 innings pitched. Like last year, Carlton went to the World Series. He had over 300 innings pitched. Pitchers just have not tired out. They don't have as many innings under their belt.
Straightaway center field. Well hit, but Scott's there. So it's 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning for Rule. Like Valenzuela through 4 innings, he's retired them in order. 12 men in a row. The end of 4, nothing. Astros and Dodgers. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Sunday on Chips. Ponch and John pull out all the stops to catch a gang of high-speed con men on NBC.
With every step you take, every promise that you make and keep, every barrier you leap, you know you're on your way. Go for it. Go for it. What you got to show if you don't try? Why don't you go for it?
Hi. Fill her up and check the oil, please.
You bet, Mr. Palmer.
Is that Arnold Palmer?
Billy, he's going to want Pennzoil.
Can I get it, Dad?
Sure, go on. You don't need any oil today, Mr. Palmer.
Okay. He doesn't.
Here, Billy. Let me have that Pennzoil. You can keep it till next time.
Thanks.
Gas-saving Pennzoil. Quality in every extra mile.
Consumers protest fuel costs. Tape at 11.
Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek back at Dodger Stadium, where each pitcher through 4 innings has retired 12 hitters. Valenzuela will face Jose Cruz, Cesar Cedeno, and Art Howe. No score in the ball game.
Jose Cruz.
Neither team has a hit. Neither team has committed an error. Cruz, the last time up, tried to go to left field on Valenzuela. Fly to Dusty Baker.
Baker again guarding that line, playing him like he were a right-handed pull hitter in left field.
There is a huge gap in left center field for Cheo Cruz. Now Landreau is moving over a little bit more toward left to cut down the gap. Valenzuela pulls the string, 1 strike. He has really been ahead of the hitters. There's the defensive alignment. You can see Russell at short, playing about straight away. The big gap is down the right field line. Should Cruz pull it, Mundy will have a long run into the corner. 1 strike. Breaking pitch. Curve slider, 0-2.
Cruz doesn't seem to have the authority with that swing. Just fooled with it. It was out of the strike zone, but Valenzuela, he's just been tough.
Valenzuela misses with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cruz with 13 home runs this year, but 10 of them have been hit on the road. Show you how spacious the Astrodome is. 1-2 with nobody out. Screwball to the left-handed hitter Cruz. Count goes 2-2. No score in the ball game. Home plate umpire John McSherry. There has been all but no quibbling with the umpire's calls in this series. Slider hangs high. Valenzuela goes 3-2. Fernando has struck out 4. Rule has not yet struck out a Dodger. 3-2. Fastball got in on it. Socha. 1 out. 13 in a row for Valenzuela.
Young catchers, just watch this. Socha sees it go up. He finds the ball. Now watch what he does with his mask. Throws it behind him so he'll not stumble on it. Make sure that he has it, and then just lets it fall into that big mitt.
Now Valenzuela will face Cesar Cedeno, who grounded to short in the second. This season, although Cedeno has not faced Valenzuela that often. He is 4 for 10. I recall he stole 2 bases on Valenzuela. Game 1 at the Astrodome. He also made what could have been a costly play when he ran through Leopard's sign at third. Screwball, did he go? Peel goes down to the first base umpire, Lee Wire. He said he did. 1 strike.
We'll give you a chance to call it. What do you think?
You bet.
Yeah.
1 strike, 1 out. No score in the ball game.
Tell you one thing, I wouldn't argue with Wire or McSherry.
Screwball. That's the hard screwball. He goes 0-2 very quickly to Cedeno. Valenzuela does not simply have 2 speeds on his screwball. That was the hard one. Which tails away. He throws one that goes down. He may have 5, 6 different speeds. He tried to sneak a ball in on him. The first base hit of the ball game off Valenzuela off the bat of Cedeno. So with 1 out, you've got to expect Cedeno, as he did in game 1, to try and steal second base. Howe, an excellent hit and run man, hits Valenzuela the opposite field very well.
He got that pitch in on him. He was going to jam him. He didn't really drive it hard, but got just enough of the bat on the ball to get the base hit. First base hit. And pretty obvious to first base runner, and we may see some action.
So Valenzuela streak stops at 13 consecutive retired. Rule still has his no-hitter. He has retired 12 in a row. Art Howe. Bob Lillis, the first base coach, when I asked what the base stealers will be looking off in Valenzuela, he said his right hip. When he closes his right hip, he's going to first. When he doesn't close it, he had Cedeno going back. That high leg kick, in fact, that's what Lillis said. He said, we've got to prevent our potential base stealers from watching the head. There's Lillis, a former Dodger, watching his head and his foot. Concentrate on the front hip. Cedeno that time obviously was not. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. No score in the ball game. We're in the top of the 5th. Howe grounded to second base in the 2nd inning. It's a gap between Lopes and Garvey. Cedeno with a good lead. May have had an idea. Most difficult thing they've had with Valenzuela is trying to vary his pattern. He is still so young, they don't want to ruin his motion toward home plate. See that Valenzuela move from first base, Joe.
That's not his good move, though. He's just kind of letting them know that I know you're there.
1 ball, no strikes to Art Howe. 1-1. Howe trying to give Cedeno a chance. Should he want to run? First base umpire Lee Wire watching the moves very closely as to where Valenzuela will step. Valenzuela throws a knuckleball again to Socia when he wants a new ball. Socia, 91 attempted steals against him this year, has thrown out 29. So almost 8 of 10 who've tried have been successful.
He threw a lob curve that time. He didn't know what to do.
Seven times in his career, Cesar Cedeno has stolen 40 or more bases. He's 12 of 19 this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No score in the game. Top of the 5th. Pitch out. Now, Art Howe, the hitter, may have Valenzuela and Socia in the box. 2 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Socia looking in to Danny Ozark, who calls the pitch outs for Socia and for manager Tom Lasorda. Will have to make a decision.
Boy, it'll be a big one. It'll be a very luxurious pitch out if he does. I wouldn't think he would, Tony. He's going to have to try to hold him on and give Socia a chance to throw him out. That would really be asking a lot to pitch out now.
You can see the slow, methodical delivery to home plate by Valenzuela. Gives that base stealer a couple of... He's gone. He's got it picked out. Harvey will go to Russell. The dive, he's out. Pickoff number 5 on the air for Fernando Valenzuela. And Cedeno is hurt and down at second base on the dive. Don Kiger is out. He pulled a hamstring, Joe. On the dive, he pulled something, which would really be a big loss for this Astros team. You might recall it happened last year when Cedeno dislocated his ankle stepping on first base trying to beat on a ball. An extreme pain, and I would think, and we're not going to assume anything at this point, but it will really hurt the Astros.
Getting up very slowly.
Don Lippert, under his left arm. Don Kiger, the trainer. Lillis out, Burden out. In fact, the concern even on the faces of Lopes and the Dodgers.
He broke mighty early, and he's picked off by a big margin. I couldn't really tell where he pulled anything.
What a severe blow to the Astros, because it was Cedeno who had such a good day against Valenzuela in Game 1. From our left center field camera, we'll see if we can pick up the injury. Hit very hard, very hard.
It's when he landed. It looked like when he landed, he's running as well as he ever, right here. It looks like where he hurt it, right there.
Second base umpire Ed Montague. He tried to guess, Cedeno did, on Valenzuela. He missed. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. A screwball and a howl. Count goes 2-2 with 2 outs.
Valenzuela was just a little more patient than Cedeno.
It's 1 base hit in this ball game. Cedeno single. He's caught stealing on the pickoff. Screwball chopped to Guerrero. Guerrero to Garvey. So, after the single and pickoff, Howe goes down. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here in Dodger Stadium. Garvey, Monday, and Guerrero will come up to face Vern Rule, who is still pitching a no-hitter. Your score, 0-0.
Food, clothes, just about everything seems to cost more today. One reason young families think they can't afford life insurance.
Allstate update, lower life insurance rates.
Now, Allstate's cut prices up to 20% on a lot of their life insurance. Like this $100,000 level term policy that now only costs a 28-year-old father about $19 a month. Before you buy, come in and compare. For life, home, or auto, you're in good hands with Allstate.
I didn't use my antiperspirant before court this morning. I thought she would...
was gonna buy it.
But even after my second day before a grumpy jury, I still felt dry. Thanks to Sure.
Look, even after 48 hours, 70% of Sure's protection is still helping to keep you dry.
You know, if Sure can keep me this dry on a day I can't use it, imagine how sure I feel when I always use it.
Sure, an extra day of dryness, just to be sure.
Sunday on Chips. Ponch and John pull out all the stops to catch a gang of high-speed con men on NBC.
Cesar Cedeno in obvious pain, carried into the locker room by his teammates J.R. Richards and Joe Pittman. Remember that Cedeno in game number 1 against Valenzuela, single, stole second base, double, stole third base. His replacement will be Dennis Wally, who got the big pinch hit in game number 2 to win it in the Astrodome.
Steve Garvey.
Vern Rule has retired 12 consecutive Dodgers. Still riding a no-hitter. Garvey grounded out to short in the 2nd. In 4 innings, Rule has made just 31 pitches. Garvey, who excited this crowd the first inning yesterday with a 2-run home run. Ball 1. Pujols turned on the home plate umpire McSherry, thinking the ball had the outside corner. Full house in Dodger Stadium. Fouled off by Garvey. He was right on a breaking ball, just fouled it back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You see by the swing, Garvey didn't appear to be fooled by it at all. He had a good cut.
9 of the 12 hitters that Rule has faced have grounded out in the infield. No score, bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Steve Garvey. Fly ball, left center field. Jose Cruz. He's got it, 1 out. 13 in a row for Vern Rule.
Monday.
You can see Cruz, that sign above his head. Be careful that you don't lose the ball. He was signaling to the other outfielders, let's help each other out. Now it's Monday.
You always keep in mind what the hitter did the last time up. Monday hit the first pitch hard to left field. Remember, Cruz made a good running catch.
Rule and Valenzuela pretty much had this game in their pockets. Been ahead of these hitters thus far. Rule working with his normal rest. Valenzuela 1 day short of normal rest.
That's exactly what you're thinking about, because if he hits the first pitch last time up, you assume he's going to hit the first pitch this time up, which dictates not only what you're going to call, but where. Monday appeared to have a good cut, but that ball was in on his handles. I don't think he could have driven it too far.
Rule is not the kind of pitcher under any circumstance can just say, here, down the middle, hit it. He works the corners very well. He changes speeds very well. He gives his defense a chance. 1 strike to count on Monday with 1 out. 1-1. Rule questions that call. Tom Lasorda, Monty Baskel, the glasses, Ron Pernosky, his pitching coach, former Dodger great, and also had 2 good years with the Minnesota Twins in the American League. 1-1. Fouled off by Monday. Burton, who started his professional career in the Yankee organization, had a sensational career with the Pirates, one of the steadiest, best defensive outfielders around. Spent some time with the Cardinals. Managed the Pirates, managed the Yankees. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. No score in the ball game. Vern Rule still working on a no-hitter in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Fouled off again.
The thing you like about this Rule is that he has a definite idea what he wants to do, what he wants to throw, and where. I've said it once, I said a million times, you can only suggest as a catcher, but you need somebody out there who knows what they're doing, and they're just in sync. And he is really in control.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses with a breaking ball, 2-2. He obviously does not have the statistics of a catfish hunter who will someday go in baseball's Hall of Fame. The on-deck hitter is Pedro Guerrero for the Dodgers, but a similar style. The slider on the corner, sink the fastball, change speeds on it, throw you a curveball now and again, move you off the plate, toys with the black edge as a home plate. Makes that plate look like it's 25 inches wide. Another breaking ball, a hard breaking ball, or a cut fastball. Runs the count 3-2. Rule tried to put a little extra up. See that follow through to show how much effort he put on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, no score. Rule versus Rick Monday, and the crowd's getting in the game. Monday takes a fastball right at the knees. So Rule has retired 14 in a row.
Pedro Guerrero.
First strikeout for Rule.
Tony, they've just given an injury report. Cedeno has a pulled muscle.
And the severity of that kind of injury can run from a severe tear to a slight pull. And they want to get ice on it in a hurry, and that's what they're doing right now. Prevent this run. Look out! Guerrero hits it very hard. 1-0 Dodgers. So the no-hitter and the shutout go with one swing of the bat by the young Dominican Republic third baseman, Pedro Guerrero.
And Tony, if there was one guy you were going to pick, it would be him because he's been flirting all series. He hit the ball hard. If you remember in the Astrodome, he got nothing but just long outs.
Well, he thinks he might have had 3 home runs here, but they were hitting the dome. Now it's Scioscia. Trying to butt his way on, was thrown out, broken back. Walling to Rule. So the side goes down, but after 5 on Pedro Guerrero's home run, which excites the crowd one more day as Garvey did yesterday, the Dodgers take the lead 1-0. Valenzuela will take the mound for the 6th. A full house cheering for Guerrero.
Come on, it's thrills, it's fun. Win $250,000 at Burger King 21. 21? I want 21,000. Get a game card every visit. Save them up. Get 21 and win fries, a Coke, a Whopper, or great cash prizes. $2,100.
Yes, 21.
Get the ace and jack of spades and win
$250,000. We won. It's special.
Play 21.
Get Burger King.
I've had to write some tough things about some tough guys. But there's one guy I can't write anything bad about. His unique brand of baseball has made him a living legend. So have his commercials. They got me to try his favorite beer, light beer from Miller. Light's less filling and it really tastes great. So I bought this light for that renowned yet humble man, Marshall Murray.
Cheer up, Billy. One day you'll be famous just like me.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Today, Americans are using about 15% less energy per household than they did in 1973. They use energy efficiently. Good news, but there's more. America is discovering more natural gas, fuel for our most efficient major energy system, while gas drilling activity continues to set all-time records. Clean, efficient gas energy. Together with your wise use of all energy, it's the bright spot in America's energy picture, because the future belongs to the efficient.
That was only the 2nd run the Dodgers have scored for Fernando Valenzuela during his last 20 innings of work. Another run was Garvey's home run. First game of the championship series, playoffs, mini playoffs. Dickie Thon, Luis Pujols, Vern Rule to face Valenzuela. He allowed a single to Cedeno, picked him off. Cedeno injured his thigh, left the ball game. Thon fouled out in the 3rd. Dodgers 1, Astros nothing. Each team with 1 base hit. Screwball from Valenzuela, 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike. Thon can run. Guerrero at third base, playing even with the bag. Should Dickie Thon try to bunt the ball? Valenzuela goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Valenzuela, nicknamed the Bull, as we look at Pujols on deck. 3-1. Dickie Thon is on with nobody out. And Burden will give him the green light. He loves to run. In fact, Burden says Dickie Thon gets a little reckless. He likes to run so much. Got to hold him down at time and put the don't steal sign on. So Luis Pujols will come up with Thon at first.
That pickoff play by Valenzuela will be in Dickie Thon's mind, and also Verdon's. It could be to play a hit and run here to stay away from the double play.
First base on balls in the ball game. It's given up by Valenzuela. Pujols grounded to third, his only other at bat this game. Thon with a pretty decent lead, but see which way he's leaning. Whenever Fernando pitches, the Spanish American-speaking population comes out in force. Becomes somewhat of a national hero. Screwball has Pujols way out in front. Landreau fairly deep to left center field, 1 out. Ball just kept carrying. We missed yesterday's ball game. We talked about the difference in this park from the Koufax-Drysdale era. This used to be an excellent pitcher's ballpark. Then, late 60s, they took home plate and moved it 10 feet closer to the outfield fences. So now those gaps at 370, 385, and right and left center field are more reachable. Shorter by 10 feet down the lines. See panoramic view of this ballpark. 1 out. Look out for Thon at first. Popped up on the grass. Valenzuela will go to Lopes. So Rule, with a sacrifice, pushes Thon to second base.
Gary Cole, right field.
They talk not only of Valenzuela's composure on the mound, but of the kind of fielder he is. We have seen him this year, a little bit of a mix-up one time in Cincinnati, but he covers and fields his position very well. He knows which base to throw, and I think that's the kind of experience he's had. When you sign a professional contract at the age of 15, and all your brothers and sisters play, you're going to pick up a little bit. 2 outs. Dodgers 1, Astros nothing. Top of the 6th. Terry Poole. 1 ball. Poole is grounded out and flied to center field. Dickie Thon with excellent speed in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. He carries the tying run.
He gave up the first base on balls in this inning to Dickie Thon, and now he's 2 balls and no strikes. And you remember we made a point earlier that he was ahead of everybody starting out with strikes. In fact, we even facetiously said something about when it was ball 1, it would be like he was behind him. So it may be a tip-off to the pitching coach falling behind these hitters.
Terry Poole has pushed Valenzuela to a 2-ball, no-strike count. He got a breaking ball on 2-0, hit it on the end of the bat Monday in right center field. Valenzuela strands Dickie Thon at second base. First man left on base in this ball game will go to the bottom of the 6th here in Dodger Town with a score. Dodgers 1, Astros nothing. Russell, Valenzuela, and Lopes scheduled for the Dodgers.
Dear Atari Anonymous, my son Boris has a missile command problem.
My mission in life is to save all of mankind.
Lately, my daughter has developed a similar problem with Atari warlords. Now with video pinball, my husband is acting funny lately. With Atari games so ingenious, so involving, so intense, I ask you, Atari Anonymous, is this problem contagious?
We bring new friends to play.
Hi.
Show how much you care.
Oh, guys, you shouldn't have.
Gee, we bring good things. We bring good things to life. We bring you closer, closer to the ones you love. Gee, we bring good things to live in. We bring good things to life.
JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong. We will steer you to the amazing JCPenney Mileage Maker XP all-season steel-belted radio for great traction in any road conditions. And right now, save $28 to $68 on a set of 4. The Mileage Maker XP with the unique interlock block tread. Season in, season out. The only tire you need. Only at JCPenney.
JCPenney Auto Centers. We won't steer you wrong.
Betty Davis returns in the world premiere of Family Reunion. Last year, she triumphed in Skyward. Now she'll win your heart in a story of the human spirit. Sunday on NBC.
Dodgers lead 1-0 over the Astros going into the bottom of the 6th. Vern Rule has been all but perfect, except for Pedro Guerrero with his home run in the 5th. Bill Russell fly to left field to 3rd. Could be trouble, hit off the fist. Scott comes in, it bounces in front of him. So Russell's on, and Valenzuela up. Bill Russell jumped on an inside breaking pitch, high in the strike zone. He'll set up a sacrifice situation for Fernando Valenzuela.
Valenzuela got his instructions from the bench, although, like all pretty good ball players, he gave Danny Ozark a chance to flash some signs. The Astros having all kinds of meetings. Dickie Thon went out to Rule, and they set up as to who will be covering. Walling came in from first base to find out what's going on, and Pujols became an interesting bystander.
We'll see the movement on this infield for the Astros. In what looks like a sure bunt situation for Valenzuela. Rule may try and ride a fastball high, try and get Valenzuela to pop it up. Russell's at first. Dodgers 1, Astros nothing. Howe way in at third base. Place to go would be to Walling at first. He's got to hold Russell close. Walling, the replacement for Cedeno. He injured his leg. Popped up. Pujols will not get on the fly. Russell with an excellent jump off first base. So Fernando gets a big hand for a good sacrifice. Good piece of base running, Joe, by Bill Russell, because Pujols had that ball in a hurry.
And he had some ideas of going to second base, but the jump that Russell had off first base. Now watch when Pujols picks it up. Now Russell, as soon as he sees that ball hit, he's gone, digging hard.
What Russell was doing was he was watching not the pitcher Rule, he was watching the first baseman. The farther off the bag that Walling got, charging the hitter, the farther off Russell got. So now, in this 1-0 ball game, the Dodgers leading. They've got another threat going with Russell on second base, and Davey Lopes the hitter. He has grounded out twice. Giving Russell a lot of room. Bottom of your screen at second base. 1 ball. Look out. Much more vocal crowd than yesterday's. Garner jockeying back and forth to try and hold Russell closer. Fouled off by Lopes. 1-1 with 1 out. The only run in the ball game. Young man from the Dominican Republic, Pedro Guerrero. Called to play third base for the injured Ron Say. Say's been taking batting practice and swinging the bat better every day. Should the Dodgers win, Say would be able to come back for the League Championship Series. But that's still a ways off. The Dodgers have to win today and tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Russell's at second. Rule will pitch to Lopes. with a breaking ball, 2-1. On deck for the Dodgers, Ken Landreau. Rule misses low again. It's 3-1.
Got first base open, but you doubt, as Verdon looks on, that he's trying to make him hit a particular pitch, because he's going right into the heart of the lineup if he loses Davy Lopes.
Well, the chances of doubling a left-handed hitter up like Landreau, the following hitter, are not too good. There's Russell at second. He misses. Lopes is out. Runners on first and second for the Dodgers with 1 out.
Landreau.
2 walks in the ball game. Each pitcher has allowed 1. Landreau has grounded to second base twice in this ball game. He was in a severe second half slump. Then right near the end of the season, he got a little hotter, had some base hits. But he's one of these guys that Moda, their hitting instructors, try to convince that he is not a pull hitter. He's tried to pull Rule twice and hit the ground balls to second. Last 37 ball games that Landreau has played, he's had just 4 runs batted in. Popped up in the infield. Will be no infield fly. It is not high enough. Dickie Thon has it. Judgment of the third base umpire, Jerry Dale. Ball was not high enough for the infield fly rule, but there are 2 outs. Bring up another tough hitter for Vern Rule and Dusty Baker. Baker is grounded out and lined hard to center field. Conference on the mound now with the Astros middle infielders. How are you going to play Baker? You're going to stick with the same pitching pattern with men on base? You're going to pitch him inside. We'll play him a little more to pull on the left side. We're going to pitch him away. We'll play him up the middle. Dodgers 1, Astros nothing, but the Dodgers are threatening. Dickie Thon and Garner, shortstop and second base, are playing very deep. Knock a ball down, so Russell cannot score. Tough hop. Howe will go. He just came down in time. A high throw to Garner with Lopes with an excellent jump. Garner landed on the bag. Second base umpire Ed Montague said, beat him just in time, Joe.
And Garner, very wisely, after Howe got the tough hop on top of the bag, he knew where he was going to come down.
That is close.
Very close.
That is close.
Maybe
Lopes
thought
is
he was in
signaling
there.
safe right there. So after 6 here in Dodger Stadium, Dodgers 1, Astros nothing. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Monday on Little House, auditions for the school pageant turn Nancy into the town tyrant.
Nobody wants to be in the pageant because nobody likes her.
And Laura sets out to teach her a lesson.
Trust me.
The Winning Moments is brought to you by Miller Brewing Company. The 1966 World Series and Baltimore strong-arms the Los Angeles Dodgers as Oriole pitchers Grabowski, Palmer, Bunker, and McNally combine for 33 consecutive shutout innings and 4 straight victories. For the Orioles, it's a sweep of the Dodgers and their first World Series winning moment.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of
Hey, whoa, camp's back there.
Guys, after 3 days of nothing but fish, I vote for a change of the menu. Besides, it's our last night. It's my boat.
All right, so where are we going?
I know a guy down here that serves up a really good steak and a terrific Lowenbrow.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
You guys have any luck today?
Not until now.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
Choose John Blunt and Andrea Joyce tonight at 11.
Bill Garner, second base.
Joe Garagiola with Tony Kubek here at Dodger Stadium, where we've got a dandy going. Right now, 1-0. The Dodgers are leading 1 run, only 2 hits. One of those 2 hits, a home run by Guerrero, no errors. Astros, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. That hit was by Cedeno in the 5th. And he pulled a muscle after being picked off at first base. Garner leads it off. He struck out in the 1st. He popped to 3rd in the 4th. Valenzuela against Rule. The kind of a game you would expect these two teams to be playing, as they've done it throughout this series. Right field, Monday is there. 1 out. Brings up Tony Scott, who struck out in the 1st, struck out in the 4th. And if I were catching right now, I'd say watch for the bunt. He may try to beat 1 out.
Pitching with 3 days rest, which Valenzuela was very successful at, as Tommy Lasorda told us 6 times this season. But if he's going to tire, you should start looking for it. That last ball was up high, Joe, that Garner jumped all over.
Ball 1 on Scott. Valenzuela has struck out 4. Struck out 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. He has walked 1 man. He's behind again. 2 balls and no strikes.
He's behind, and the pitches he's thrown have been up in the strike zone.
And that's the danger zone. Ball 3, breaking ball, 3-0.
Just before the strike, when Valenzuela began to struggle a little bit, he got a little tired from all the media pressure, pitching with 3 days rest, and he lost the feel on the screwball, so he sat on the fastball.
3 balls and a strike to count. Tony Scott, the batter, takes a look at his 3rd base coach, Leppert. Astros have only had 2 base runners. Cedeno was picked off, and Dickie Thon, who walked. Straightaway center field. Landro should have no problem. 2 outs. It brings up Jose Cruz, who lined hard to left and fouled out to the catcher. He's 0 for 2.
Joe, and I know, like all baseball fans around the country, we've been seeing a lot of baseball when we've been able to, and on both networks, really, in all the 4 divisional championship. And I've had a chance at times to watch Edinburgh and Seaver, and I want to congratulate them on the fine job they're doing. Very informative, Edinburgh. Very analytical, Tom Seaver. It's been fun. I've learned a lot.
Strike 1. They've had some dandy games. Foul back. That got old John McSherry. He'll take that mask off and check it.
Once again, it's a pitch up in the strike zone that Cruz has timed fairly well. He did not jerk his head. Boy, that'll jolt you.
You ever want to get the feeling of what that's like? Get an old bell, put your head in, and hit it with the ball-peen hammer. That sucker will ring for 10 minutes.
Oh.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0. We are in the 7th inning. Valenzuela for the Dodgers. Rule for Houston. Missed. He's nibbling. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So when you take Cedeno out of that lineup, you don't have a whole lot of hitters in that Astros lineup to get the ball out of the ballpark on you. Art Howe did yesterday. He's got to get a pitch right in his wheelhouse, though.
Bouncing ball. Davey Lopes is over there. In time. Another perfect inning from Valenzuela. It's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Dodgers 1, Astros 0. And it'll be Garvey, Monday, and Guerrero for Los Angeles.
Let's do something romantic.
It's their anniversary.
I thought we were buying a frying pan.
A fancy restaurant.
Let's have on some flowers.
A dark restaurant with candles.
And where are we going to find that?
Hold it.
Matching wallet.
Hold it. The first step is the yellow pages.
The Bell System Yellow Pages, the first step to help you plan a celebration. Before you waste time and energy, take the first step. Let your fingers do the walking through the Bell System Yellow Pages.
Dad, We may have to borrow some money. Oh.
Oh, that soup must really hit the spot.
It does more than that. Hey, you seen the good news about soup, Sonny?
No.
Oh, it's in a lot of magazines and newspapers, huh? What the nutritionists are saying, how nutritious soup is. Look what it says in Medical World News. Shows what I always knew. Soup is good food. Hey, you better run along and get some hot soup in you, Sonny. You're soaking wet.
Stir up the camels. Soup is good food.
STP, a big name in racing for nearly 20 years. STP oil treatment on the track in some of the world's most expensive engines. Around the track, around the world, every day, tens of thousands of people get STP oil treatment. Get it for your car. Satisfaction guaranteed. Around the track, around the world, STP oil treatment is #1.
NFL football tomorrow begins with NFL 81 with Brian Gumbel. The highlights, the scores, all the late breaking news, and then we'll have regional NFL action. Check your local listings. We'll be featuring the Browns against the Steelers. What a rivalry that is. Raiders meet the Chiefs in Kansas City. And that'll be followed by the Phillies and the Expos, who the Phillies won today. So on Vukovic's home run, they're tied 2 games apiece. And the Dodgers, if they should win, will be on too. So check your local listings for the game and time in your area. It begins with NFL 81. Here is Garvey. Garvey is 0 for 2. Strike 1. The attendance today, as you saw, 55,983. Largest non-World Series crowd in the history of Dodger Stadium. Last night they had 46,820 paid, a difference of 9,163. And there's the average attendance in the 1981 Division Series. And that doesn't include tonight, so that'll go up a bit. 1 strike on Steve Garvey. Rule has made only 54 pitches. There's 55, a base hit. Garvey is on. It brings up Rick Monday. Walling will have to hold him close, give him a gap between first and second. What would you do? Would you be bunting?
Garvey, after rounding first, will try and turn this crowd on even further.
I think I'd be looking for a bunt, Tony, would you?
I don't think so, because, well, Howe is at third base, and he knows better than we do what's going on. He's down there on the field. But what do they do then? Do they
pitch around Guerrero?
Yeah, they put him on first base. Then you'd have a right-hander against left-hander.
And the wheels are spinning. That's what baseball's all about. Nobody's always right. Nobody's always wrong.
I think Verdon will try and let Monday shoot through that gap. Garvey being held by Walling.
We'll soon see. Monday is 0 for 2. Struck out and flied out.
Trying to get Monday to commit himself with a throw over. Gave no indication at that point that he was bunting.
All kinds of strategy to think about. Squares around. He bunts beautifully. Rule will have to go to first base. He does. Garvey stops at second. And I would think that they would now walk Guerrero and pitch to Socha to set up the double play.
Well, you would think that would go against percentages, walking a right-hander against a right-handed pitcher to get to a left-hander Socha. But the bolt that Guerrero hit in the 5th to give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead may dictate what to do.
See what they do. Managers, they have to make the decision now. They're going to pitch to him. High fly ball. Tony Scott in center field has it. Garvey tags up, starts over, and stops, so there are 2 outs.
Now Verdon will have to make another move. Does he walk the left-handed Scioscia? Pitch to Russell.
He's going to talk to him to find out just exactly how he feels. This will be a decision that Rule will make. I think.
Verdon, I don't think Verdon wavers at all. I think Verdon says either put him on or pitch to him.
Tony, it's not a question of wavering. It's how a pitcher feels. I mean, it may feel sometimes a pitcher feels, hey, I can get this guy out better than I can Russell. I mean, it's not strictly percentages. It's not a case of wavering. It's how you feel.
Russell does have a base hit off Rule. Single to center field in the 6th. I know one thing. I think I'd rather pitch to the 8-hitter than the 7th hitter who's left-handed.
Well, regardless, we'll pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Go for it. WDIV Detroit.
They're going to put him on. So that settles that. That'll be the second walk given up by Rule. This one intentionally, and it'll be up to Bill Russell, who singled to center field his last time up and flied to left. There's ball 2. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, only 1 hit, no errors for the Astros.
I recall that Bill Russell got his first hit 3 games yesterday in a key situation. He has not been a slouch for these Dodgers. Overlooked many times, but he was a pretty good second-place hitter. And used to get a lot of big hits to keep rallies going.
He was in that 8th inning yesterday when he drove in a run. And they scored 3. After having scored 3 in the first, they won it 6-1. So it's Bill Russell.
He's the kind of guy who'll jump you, too. And I think that's what Pujols is going to tell Rule. Make your best pitch on the first pitch.
This telecast is presented by authority of Major League Baseball. Is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is prohibited. 2 outs. Base runners are at first and second. Scioscia is at first. Garvey is at second. Russell, the batter, 1-0. Dodgers at the bottom of the 7th. Strike 1. Vern Rule in a battle with the Dodgers and Valenzuela as we look at Garvey and Scioscia on second and on first. Right center field, it's going to drop. Base hit, 1 run will score. Heading for third is Scioscia. They got a chance. They got him. But the run scores. The run counts. Garvey got across the plate before Scioscia was out. So it's 2-0 Dodgers. The inning is over.
Ozark was giving Scioscia right there a lecture. Son, never make the first out or the third out of an inning at third base. And it might have cost us a run if not for the hustle of Garvey. Good throw by Terry Poole. Here he comes again, going to his right, gets rid of it in a hurry and very accurately.
So at the end of 7 innings, the Dodgers pick up another run. The score here, Los Angeles 2, Houston 0.
Look out, world. Look out. Here comes Ford.
Here comes a brand new world car from Ford. Escort 4-door hatchback with front-wheel drive and the only 4-wheel independent suspension in an American-built compact. And now,
you've got more doors, something more than 4 doors. Another one behind, they call the hatchback. Hatchback. Pretty tough to match that.
Look out, world. Look out. Here comes Ford. Look out, world. Look out. Here comes Ford.
New Escort 4-door. Here comes a perfect high-mileage car for a family of 4. No wonder Escort's outselling every import car line in America. Here comes Escort 4-door.
Here comes Ford. Here comes new. Here comes now. Here comes Ford. Here comes Ford.
Kiss me. I just had. Kiss me. I just
just had a burger with double onions.
Whoa, onions.
Come on, kiss me.
I got the signal.
Minty.
Signal mouthwash fights strong mouth odors.
Kiss me. I just had shrimp with garlic.
Garlic?
Go ahead, kiss me. I got the signal.
Nice.
Signal fights strong mouth odors, even garlic, even onions. Gives you fresher, cleaner breath. Clinical tests prove it. A kiss will prove it.
Kiss me. I got the signal.
Here's the second Dodger run. Look at John McSherry, the home plate umpire. He is lining Garvey up with third base to see if the tag was made at third on Scioscia before or after Garvey crossed home plate. When he crossed home plate and Scioscia tagged, he immediately made the indication the run does count. It was very brazen base running by Scioscia.
With his speed, very brazen. Ping Bodie's line. Larceny in his heart, lead in his feet. Ball one to Walling. Walling got that big base hit. He's 1 for 1 in this series. The pinch hitter pops this one up. Landros coming in. He says, I have it. Makes the play. Valenzuela, 1 out. Here in the 8th.
Third base.
Earlier games of Phillies on a home run by Vukovich, 6-5. They play tomorrow. That'll be following football. Milwaukee beat the Yankees 2-1. Game 4. They play.
Pete Vukovich coming off a sickbed.
Ball game that was. We look at Ron Say. And if the Dodgers hold on here, we'll be right back here. Big day on NBC tomorrow. A lot of football, a lot of baseball, it seems like. Howe takes it outside. Ball 1. Howe, 2 base hits in his last 19 times at bat. One of them a home run. High hopper, base hit. Howe is on. And that's his wife.
So Howe got the screwball, and with Guerrero playing just behind the bag on this hard infield, he pops it over his head.
Thon fouled out his first time up and walked in the 6th.
Now for the first time we see some rummaging around in the Dodger bullpen. So Tom Lasorda has sent the word down. This close ball game. That is Steve Howe, the left-hander. Welch, number 35. They're not too much of a hurry at this point.
Off the end of the bat, Steve Garvey will take it himself, makes the tag, and Howe moves on down to second base. Boy, I'll tell you, when Garvey holds those 2 big arms out, they look like a toll gate coming down on you.
A little football experience in the Big Ten. He really braced himself right here in case Dickie Thon tried to have a collision with him. He had the ball in the bare hand, actually, tagging with the back of the glove, and he's pulling the ball out. An old catcher's trick that you know so well.
You get the feeling Popeye just tagged you out?
The sledge looked like Arm and Hammer advertisement.
I'd like to tape that conversation. Valenzuela just keeps nodding yes, yes, yes. Rooting for her husband, Louis Pujols. So there are 2 outs. Inside. Pujols 0 for 5 in this series. Art Howe is on at second base. Valenzuela has allowed 2 base hits. Bloop single by Cedeno, and a high hopper by Howe. Cedeno picked off, pulled a muscle, had to leave the game. Fouls it off. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Valenzuela has struck out just 4 in this ball game. He's had some games this year in double figures. In fact, more than a few.
One ball and 1 strike. Line foul. He tried to punch that ball into right field.
7 times this season. There's Rule on deck, but the chances of him hitting, if Pujols gets on, are almost nil. 7 times he's been at Lasorda. His pitcher, Fernando Valenzuela, has been in double figures this year in strikeouts.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0. Dodgers leading. We're in the 8th. Valenzuela has it. Ends the inning. Bottom of the 8th, Dodgers 2, Astros nothing. And what a hand Valenzuela will get when he leads off.
Images. Reflections of reality. Today, Zenith System 3 is close to bringing you the perfect image. With the sharpest picture in Zenith history, with 4 speakers for superb fidelity, with 112 channel capability, including 42 cable channels, Zenith has never been closer to perfection. System 3 from Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on.
Looks like this big old hole in the ground is going to be safe for the night. Over.
They come on, old Pete. It's Miller time.
Miller time. Time to appreciate the difference between a good beer
When it's time to relax
and a great beer.
One beer stands clear.
Miller High Life.
You got the time. We got the beer. Some Miller time. We got the beer.
Since baseball time is measured only in outs, all you have to do is succeed utterly. Keep hitting, keep the rally alive, and you have defeated time. You remain forever young. Baseball fever. Catch it. It's worth it.
The preceding message was furnished by Major League Baseball.
Fernando Valenzuela, tremendous hand from this crowd. Takes it low, ball 1, 55,983. They do treat him like Lasorda said. Maybe he is an old Mexican general who came back.
Well, if Valenzuela can hold the lead, the Astros will look down the barrels of the left arm of Royce tomorrow.
Phil Garner backhands it, makes the play, 1 out.
And of course, the Dodgers will see Nolan Ryan, who allowed just 2 base hits in the Dome in Game 1, won a home run by Garvey.
Valenzuela takes a lot of time. Davey Lopes will be coming up Saturday night here in Los Angeles, and following the local news, Saturday Night Live on NBC. The reviews on the new cast, great. They are a bit, at times, they make you sit up and say, did he really say that? But that's Saturday Night Live.
Perhaps if I give producer Dick Ebersol a little pop on the air, he'll give you a hosting job for that show.
Give you the
someday.
hosting job. That'd be your kind of show. Hot smash. Art Howe backs it up. He's got it. 2 up, 2 down. Art Howe at third base.
Not the most mobile of third basemen. He's really been slowed down a lot. Let's see, torn Achilles tendon, which will require surgery after the season. But many people felt that Howe was the most valuable player, at least the first half of the season for this ball club, and maybe all year. He's left off the All-Star team. For many months of the season, he was leading the league in hitting.
Landro, strike 1. And there you see Ruth Ryan, Nolan Ryan's wife, and son Reed. Remember after the no-hitter, how Ruth rushed out on the field, sharing that moment. Right field. Poole is waiting. Makes the catch, so Vern Rule gives up only 4 hits, but 2 runs, and we go into the 9th inning. It'll be the pitcher spot, Terry Poole and Garner, with the Dodgers leading 2-0.
Polaroid sun camera is a new system with a piece of the sun inside. It can turn bad light into good pictures.
What's wrong with that, son?
It's never where you want it. Like now. See, you've never been so sure of an instant picture.
Perfect. What's it do in good light?
Then it uses just enough of its own light to touch up the small shadows. You use it on every shot. It can make any picture better.
I'll buy that.
They're going fast, folks.
Never been so sure.
Fix Formula 44D, please.
Helen, with this nasty cough plus congestion, I need...
Formula 44D.
But, Helen, I need a decongestant, not just strong cough medicine.
You need Formula 44D. It's strong like Formula 44, has the strongest non-narcotic cough suppressant you can buy, plus ingredients to help unstuff your nose and loosen up for chest congestion.
That's what I said. Formula 44D, strong for coughs plus congestion.
There is no shortcut to greatness. The Republicans in Congress set out to cut a bloated economy and make America tough again. It's not an easy job. Nobody said it would happen overnight. But the growth of federal spending has been trimmed, and tax rates have been cut. We've still got a long way to go, but you can feel something good happening out there. We're beginning to feel like winners again. Republicans, leadership that works for a change.
Betty Davis in Family Reunion, a triumph of the human spirit. Can she bring together 4 generations split by greed? A world premiere Sunday on NBC.
Fernando Valenzuela. He means many things to many people. We asked Steve Garvey what he means to the club and to the crowd.
Well, that's the great thing about Fernando. He's been the same person last year as he is now, one of the most popular people in this country in sports. But the one interesting thing is he's become more animated. Although he doesn't speak English, he has that rapport with the crowd just through facial expressions, and that's what makes him truly an enjoyable human being.
Steve Garvey talking about his teammate Valenzuela. We have a new right fielder for the Dodgers. Rick Mundy has been replaced. And there you see Darryl Thomas. And the pinch hitter for the Houston Astros is Kiko Garcia. Valenzuela has made 90 pitches with that pitch included, and 66 of them have been strikes. 66 out of 90 pitches strikes. It's popped up in the short center field. Landro should have no problem. 1 out. A tribute to Vern Rule. He made only 67 pitches, gave up only 4 hits, 1 a home run. Dodgers have a 2-run lead. He gave up 2 runs, 4 hits. He walked 2, struck out 1. Vern Rule, a tough pitcher. Valenzuela just a bit tougher as we look at Poole. Right center field. No one will get this one. This will be extra bases. Poole is digging hard. He'll stop at second. It's a double. So, Terry Poole is on at second base. Tying run is at the plate. Phil Garner. As we look at the bullpen, the left-hander is Howe. The right-hander, Welch. We're meeting on a mound. 1 man out. Should the Dodgers hold on, what a battle they'll have out here tomorrow. Nolan Ryan, Jerry Royce, 4 o'clock. It'll all start on NBC with football, NFL 81. Regional coverage and the Expos and the Phillies and Dodgers and Houston. Should the Dodgers hold on? So check your local listings. It's a big day. A lot of excitement. Didn't get it. Garner waiting. 1 strike, 1 out. Two strikes, 55,983, and they'll be rooting and umpiring. Davy Lopes, 2 outs. Terry Poole takes third. So there are 2 outs, a man on third, and Tony Scott the batter. As Bill Burton looks on, the crowd starting to get to its feet. Listen. It's a 2-1 ball game. Scott singles to left, Poole scores, and it brings up Jose Cruz with the tying run at first.
Jose Cruz.
Tommy Lasorda, the wheels are spinning, talking to Paranowski. Monty Basgall looking on. The bullpen was busy. Fernando's game. There's the Houston bench. Strike. Cruz, 10 of his 13 home runs have been on the road. He has 7 of them lifetime against the Dodgers, and that's what he's thinking. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2-1. 9th inning, tying run at first, Tony Scott. Lead run at the plate. Whatever he had as far as dinner, I'll tell you, is bouncing around right now. And Bill Verdon, you can't tell what the score is. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tony Scott has about a step lead. He's not about to get picked off. Take the bat out of this fella's hands.